Yeah. What is up, gang? Let me know how this is sounding. Let me know if the music is working. This that quarantine stream number 10. Quarantine stream number 10. Yo. Smash that like. Everybody smash that like. Everybody in the room smash that like. Share that link. Tweet that link. Put that link in the Discord. Send that link to your mama. Shout it from the window of your home where you happen to be, because you better be at home right now. Otherwise, you might get tasered. Soundboard is working. Where is everybody at? We need to know where everybody is at. We need you to smash that like. If you want to know what that song is, click. You better smash that like. If you smash that like, click. Click says, what song is this though? If you smash that like, I'll tell you. How about that? This is the bargaining stage. First is denial. Then, what is it, panic? Then bargaining or something, then acceptance. Am I missing one? I'm probably missing one. You are. Alright, for whatever reason, I'm getting slow-ass feedback on the chat, but alright, Click says he clicked. I'll tell you then. This is Dilbert 2. Me. This is me sampling, heavily sampling Chef Boyardee from the music from Dilbert 2, one of the greatest web cartoons ever seen by man. Yeah. You ever see those things? Chef Boyardee's YouTube got yeeted, but people mirrored and re-uploaded those. Oh my goodness. I love this beat. Love this beat. Love this beat. Shouts out to everybody locked in. Diverting Tales is here. Phil Tigerian's here. Click is here. Yo. Says weird fact is I think ranch actually was the correct answer. Oh, what was the question? Which came first? Ranch or Cool Ranch? Exactly. Yo, hey. Diverting Tales in here with the wisdom says denial and isolation, then anger, then bargaining, then depression, then acceptance. I went straight to acceptance. Why fuck around? That's my thoughts. Straight to acceptance. Seriously, why mess with the other stuff? This is what it is. Let's get after it. Let's get after it. Let's go forth and be mighty. Let's regulate. Regulate any stealing of my stuffs and all that. Yo, regulate any bad vibes in the house. Regulate those vibes. On brand's Nama, all consciousness is oneness. That's facts, Jack. Regulations. Unclutch into him. Yo, how I got so many smart people in my chat at all times? How so many smart people? How is that possible? Ugh, I just don't know. Okay, we got. Yo, this is not good. This is not good, gang. We've got 27 people in and only 8 people have smashed that like. Everyone smash that like. Shouts out to all the members in the building. I see you. You fine green people with your MEANINGWAVE logo. Look how cool you are. Nice. Ron Rivers in the house. Joel Freeman in the house. Shabba. All right. How's everybody feeling today? What are the vibes? Let's vibe check. We need to check those vibes. What's cracking? Oh yeah, them likes is exploding. What a happy time. Yeah, Shabba. Yeah, Shabba. InfoWars in the house, nice. Didn't you get yeeted off of YouTube into InfoWars? Here's the point, since YouTube changed, since Google changed, does that mean all the banned accounts are going to come back? Yeah? Since you can now search the forbidden search terms again, does that mean that the forbidden accounts will return? What's going on? What's going on? Diverting Tales is in the house. Diverting Tales, surely you should be in bed. Diverting Tales is in Austria. It's very, very late o'clock. It's like 8 minutes past late. Man, this beat is beautiful. I could listen to this beat all day. Oh, this is good news. Apparently the video is really low quality today, and I just dropped my phone. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what's up with that. Weirdly though, oh yeah, it's just gone terrible. Why might this be? All right, I tell you, we're gonna have to put that countdown back on. I'm gonna have to try another Ethernet cable. Isn't that? How's that for sexy time? How's about? What do you make a request? What you want to hear, brothers and sisters? I'll put in a song. I'll put that countdown back on, and I'll swap out the Ethernet cable, and we'll see if we can get this cracking. Yo. YouTube slowing everyone down. Quarantine 480. I need to switch on the VPN, huh? The past few days it was cool. We didn't have no problems. We didn't have no problems, but today... Anyway, I can try one thing, so yeah. Hit me with a request. Yo, InfoWars says I'm vibing with that revolution like Alex Jones. How's your boy Alex Jones? How's he holding up? What's going on? Slate itself says, how do I become a channel member? Grateful to the gods. To become a channel member, just click the link at the top of the video description, which says become a channel member here. Or underneath the video next to the bit that says follow or subscribe or whatever, there's a join button. You want to hit that join button. Yeah, and that's right, Lemon GF. Hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me slowly, hit me quick. Diverting Tales says the video is 720. Has it come back? Is the video back? Is it better quality now? I don't know. Let's get some more music rocking, and then we can get into these vibes. Ron Rivers, Make Some Noise. Campbell Wave, such a phenomenal album. Yo, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Appreciate the heck out of you. God damn it, I love that album. You know what else I love? I love the unreleased Joseph Campbell album. Did you know there's an unreleased Joseph Campbell album? Oh, sexy times. There's another unreleased album as well, sexy times. Ooh, let's play a classic. We'll play a classic, and I'll see if we can swap out that cable, see if it makes any difference.
We need to know who the competent people are, and we need to reward them. And even more importantly, we need to tell young people, hey, there's some hierarchies of competence out there. Like 1,000 of them. Go be a plumber, man, but be a good one, you know? Be an honest one, because otherwise all you do is go out there and cause trouble. We don't need people to cause more trouble. We need people to solve problems. Solve problems. Solve problems. We need people to solve problems. Solve problems. Solve problems. We don't need people to cause more trouble. We need people to solve problems. Solve problems. Solve problems. Go be a plumber, man. Go be a plumber, man. Be a good one, you know? reliable, honorable, forthright, productive way of making a living. And there is a hell of a lot of difference between a working man who knows what he's doing and one who doesn't. Both in terms of skill and ethics, right? And you work with
Damn straight.
who knows what they're doing. It's a bloody pleasure. They tell you what they're going to do. They tell you how much it will cost. They go and do it. It works, and you pay them. Perfect. Everyone's happy. And that's what happens when you have genuine hierarchies of competence.
Yeah, make some noise in the goddamn chat. Bap, bap, bap. Yeah. What's going on? How we feeling? How's it looking? Where we go? What's going on? How we feeling? How's it looking? You listen to the sounds of that Be a Plumber. You could just say officially this was the first Meaning Wave joint. That was proto Meaning Wave, but this was the first Meaning Wave song.
People to solve problems.
So we're just out here solving problems too. Did we solve that problem? I think we might have solved that problem. Yeah.
People to solve problems.
Here's a problem. Cover eye says you really don't want Europeans to sleep, do you? Yeah, you Europeans are sleeping too much. I'm solving that problem.
We need people to solve problems.
Solving these problems. Euro gang assemble, make some noise. Looks much gooder. Yeah, thank you. Good news. Swatched out the Ethernet cable. It was a funky cable. And not that good funky, not the kind of funky we're going to be getting into shortly. Smash that like, spread that link, assemble, Wave Gang assemble. Yeah! Oh my goodness. Make some noise for Internet Historian. When I say make some noise, basically that means drop a wave emoji. I think that's got to be our our symbol of noise being made. We just drop wave emojis. I say make some noise! You drop some wave emojis. Yeah, baby. Yeah, Stop watching porn, building. Everyone in the building, stop watching nonsense. Turn off Netflix. Oh, yeah. Here's the thing. My wife is the building manager of this building. I should just get her to turn everybody else's internet off. Yeah, that would make us super popular. Meaning is the antidote to suffering. That's facts, Jack. Shouts out to the chat. Are we awake yet? Yeah, we here. We've been awake. This is the Wide Awake Club. Our eyes stay open even when we're sleeping. Hey, you ever think about the fact that like when your eyelids are closed, your eyes are still open? You're just looking at the back of your eyelids. You ain't never not looking at the back of those eyelids. Those eyeballs stay awake. Yeah. Try a friend's VPN, says my guy Andrew. Yo, we're gonna try a VPN tomorrow. Video's still not good for Mashonias. One day I'll pronounce that name correctly. Well, we'll just work with what we got. So we'll work with this. Just pretend it's a special lo-fi effect for a special lo-fi stream. Hey, maybe the vibe check is this. Maybe the DJ set I play will be a super like VHS-y, wonky-ass live set, that really fits those vibes. Maybe that's the vibes for the day. Yeah, this is all about the audio anyway, says Set Zerus. What, you mean it's not about my beautiful face? And this beautiful curtain. This presidential curtain. Look how presidential. This is literally... I don't know if you've noticed, this is the gold presidential velvet curtain. Says Cesarus says reminds me of 90s movies. Yeah. That's right. Dana1804 says YouTube throttles smaller streams. Hit that like to get notifications out there. Exactly. Everybody smash that like. You know what to do. You got to do your duty if you want to get that high quality stream boozy. Woo! Anyway, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? How you doing? I went to Don Studios today. They opened the building. They said the building will be open, but don't come here unless really necessary. You know. So I went to the building and I got me some things. I got my acoustic panels. I got my acoustic sound treatments. So I've got all my acoustic panels now in the crib, in this room, in the upstairs loft room that I've commandeered and turned into the new Don Studios. If you were watching my Instagram thing, you'll have seen I was up this morning. I was up till 6:30 a.m. Working on that WhatsWave. I finished the penultimate track last night. It's really tricky. I've had this beautiful studio for 4 years and everything sounds good in there, and now I'm in the crib and everything sounds like ass. I can't hear no sub bass. I don't know what's going on with the sounds, but we're making it work, baby. I think it's going to be cool. And yeah, I went into the old Don Studios there. I got my acoustic panels. It was pretty emotional. The room was just empty, and I took down the panels and it sounded like ass. And it was all sad and dusty in there, you know, and I was like, damn, baby, we had some good times, you know. We had some good times in Don Studios, but ain't nothing lasts forever except November rain, you know. We got to keep it moving. We got to keep it moving. Yeah, we got to keep it moving. Turns out the visual quality is still ass. We'll see how we go when we get past. Let's do an experiment. How many likes do we have? Because I have noticed switcheroos when you get to certain amounts of likes and certain amounts of people in the streams. You get switcheroo situations, and it does things, you know. So we'll see. So we got 41 watching. We got 35 likes. If the 5 people who have not pressed the like, press the like. See if that makes a difference to the qualities. But like I was saying, if you know, whatever, man, we keep it moving. We deal with what we've got. You know, when we started this adventure in 2000, I was writing for a online digital publication, right? I was being a music journalist. It was my smart idea. I was like, if I become a music journalist, that means I'll be able to get in the music industry and like get my records released. That was back when there was gatekeepers, you know? That's when you had to get a record deal. If you ever to release a record, you needed some kind of a record deal. You know, that's how it worked back then. It was crazy times. So I became a music journalist, you know, journaling on the music, writing about stuff. The way I got in, it was super sneaky. I was like, I had a fanzine. Obviously, I was printing my own comics and stuff, and I used to write a record review column in the back. So I was like, I'll just make a fanzine. I'll make one online, you know? And what I'll do is I'll get one of these music journalists that's really up themselves and like thinks they're a celebrity. And so I'll interview that music journalist, and then I'll get contacts in that world. So that's what I did, and it worked. It was great, you know? And so I got a job, and I had a job at an early online music magazine. And the first thing they did was send me to the Glastonbury Music Festival to cover the Glastonbury Music Festival. And this was in the year 2000. And they were live streaming the Glastonbury Music Festival in the year 2000. This is 5 years before YouTube, you know? You couldn't live stream. The quality was worse than this. And it was a really tiny window, like the size of a fat postage stamp. You know, that's what it was like. And I was going to watch a band, and then I'd run back to this mobile unit and I'd write up the review, and the review would go up straight away live. And they were live streaming the whole thing. And that was with like a massive team and a huge amount of monetary investment, like tens of hundreds, I think it was thousands of dollars. It was hundreds of thousands went into that operation. And now here we are, and I am in the crib. I'm in the house, right? We in the house. Lemon GF, did you interview Chantal Fiddy? No, I didn't interview Chantal Fiddy. Chantal Fiddy came after that. She was later on in the game. She was one of the first grime journalists. You know, she had a blog. She used to post pictures of Barbie dolls, and she used to write about grime music before most people was writing about stuff. But that was after. That was like 2004. I was already in the game. I already had my first record deal by the time she started getting it really cracking. But you know, she cool people. We follow each other on Twitter. You know, she retweets my shit. Like, I gotta love Chantal Fiddy. She's like an OG in the game. OG in the game. Andrew says, Akira's trying to tell a story and all I can think about is tech support. I ain't trying. I'm telling the story, baby. And tech support is very important. If you got tech support, you should be thinking about that tech support. Yeah. Live streaming in 2000 was like, whoa, this is the future. Yo, that was that Nathan Barley stuff. You know, there weren't smartphones then. Everyone had Nokias. We was playing Snake on the back of the bus. We weren't taking photos. We were still buying disposable cameras. When I went to that Glastonbury festival, I had a bag of disposable cameras, and I ain't never get none of them developed. I lost them all. Yeah. That was like old school times. We're in the future. Here we are in the future. Hector Torres has just arrived from work. Did I miss much? Did you miss much? Yo, you missed some stories about back in the day. You ain't missed too much, nah. We're cool. We're just kicking it off. We're getting into the vibes. We're just entering. But if you just got here, you better smash that like. We need all the likes we can get. YouTube may well be throttling us and making us look pixelated. So we've got to get a few more likes so they unlock that sweet, sweet bandwidth. You know? Yo, man, I had such a good internet connection at Don Studios the previous, huh? And what's weird is for all the time I was there, I had ass internet connection in the daytime. Even though I was paying $140 a month for a business broadband line, it was still ass in the daytime because I was sharing with other people in the building. But at nighttime, they'd crank that shit so I could get it cracking like Soulja Boy in the year 2000 when he was uploading his music under 50 Cent's name to Napster because he was the genius. You think you were downloading 50 Cent, but really you were getting Soulja Boy all up in that, whoa, watch me crank it, watch me, oh, that thing. You know, what a smart kid. But yeah, they literally last week, just before I got yeeted, doubled my internet speed in the daytime, which is why all those first quarantine streams were so great and smooth and easy, you know? But that's cool. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to try some stuff. I'm going to get me a VPN tonight. I'm going to get a VPN. Justin Madison says, with how unclear the video stream is, I'm not convinced this isn't Tim Westwood. That is such a lovely thing to say. Tim Westwood is a legend. When I was 8 years old, Tim Westwood was on the radio and I was living in Wales and he was playing rap music on the radio. Nobody else was. Nobody else was. I remember hearing, now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? Right? And that was Tim Westwood that played that stuff. And then my dad got OG, Original Gangster by Ice-T, right? And that was sick. And then I got me Ice Cube death certificate from the bargain bin in Woolworths, you know, because you could be swiping records from the bargain bin because they kept the CDs and the tapes inside. You know, you could do that back in the day. And yeah, Tim Westwood, a goddamn legend. Tim Westwood put the whole of the UK onto rap music in the late 80s and early 90s. He had a show on Radio 1 called the Essential Rap Selection. It was on at like 11 p.m. and I used to stay up with my fingers pressed on the play and record button, just getting ready to record those sweet, sweet early rap jams. And like, yeah, he educated the shit out of me. What's crazy is he's still going strong. And now he plays loads of like UK drill. So back in the day, he used to, when I was a little kid, he introduced me to American rap music. And now I'm living in America and he's introducing me to British rap music. So I love Tim Westwood. And one time I got to interview him. I interviewed with Tim Westwood one time and I was all excited. And you know, Tim Westwood's like, yeah, baby, drop a bomb, boom. He's like that. He's a bit like me. I'm definitely influenced by Tim Westwood. You know, so I rang him up. It was a phone interview and I was all excited. I was like, Westwood, what's going on? What's cracking? How you feeling? He's like, oh, not so good, to be honest, man. My wife's dad just died. I was like, yo, that was a vibe check. That was not the Tim Westwood I was expecting. And that was not the tone of interview I was expecting to go into with Timothy Westwood. But, you know, we kept it cracking regardless. And I've still got the recording of that interview. I should probably pull that out. I got mad old recordings of interviews that I did back in the day. I got an interview with The Prodigy on tape that I did back in the day. I got an interview with Dead Prez. I got an interview with Chuck D. Did you know one time, I forgot about this, my old rap group, we supported Public Enemy at the Millennium Dome. Right, we went on after Estelle. Estelle was also supporting Public Enemy at the Millennium Dome. We came on after Estelle. We ran out there at the Millennium Dome, like it's a giant dome that they built by the Millennium. It looks like the Wire Mother's teeth. It's a giant, terrifying thing. You know, I was in there, and we ransacked that whole show. It was fantastic. Then Public Enemy played, and Flavor Flav was nowhere to be seen. And they had the Nation of Islam dudes out at the front, you know, guarding the stage. And then suddenly, about 4 songs in, Flavor Flav in his giant white t-shirt with his iconic clock, came crowd surfing through the audience and threw himself up on stage. It was so hype. He was such a dope guy. And yeah, I was chilling backstage, and Ken Livingstone, Red Ken Livingstone, who was at the time the mayor of London. He's like a Bernie Sanders figure, I guess, back in the day. And he came over to talk to me, but he wasn't really talking to me. He just wanted to get a photo opportunity because I was a wavy young motherfucker in like a red string vest, you know, and you could see my my fine physique, my fine young physique through it. And he just came over, and we were surrounded by photographers, and he just made some weird chit chat, not really engaging. We were talking about like the roof. We were looking up at the roof, and they took a bunch of pictures and put them in the newspapers. Back in the days. Flavor Flav is shot. He needs other people to manage his life. I don't know what's going on with you, boy, Flavor Flav. I don't know what's cracking with him. You know, speaking of shot, didn't he have that Shot at Love TV show or something? Flavor of Love? I think that was it. Me and my wife, like in our early courtship days, we spent some time in New York, you know, just straight chilling. And we used to watch his TV show in the hotel. It was a good TV show, man. Prodigy. People asking, is that Prodigy the rapper? Nah, not Prodigy the rapper. Prodigy the group, the breakbeat, techno, rave, dance pioneers. That one's. Keith Flint, R.I.P. He died last year. He committed suicide. Sad times. Press F in the chat for Keith Flint from the Prodigy. He was that fire starter. You know, that kind of instigator. He was a bad man. He was a bad man, you know. He was a bad man. When I interviewed him, I asked him if he liked fish sticks. I feel kind of bad about that now. You know, I could have asked him all sorts of stuff. And I did ask him all sorts of stuff, but I did ask him if he liked fish sticks. And he didn't get it. He was like, what do you mean? I was like, you know, fish sticks. He's like, what's fish sticks? I was like, you know, fish sticks. Do you like fish sticks? Do you like fish sticks in your mouth, Keith Flint from the Prodigy? He eventually said yes, but it was a hard one yes, so it wasn't as funny as it should have been. You know, I did feel bad. But, you know, you do stupid stuff when you're young sometimes. We don't all come out fully formed. I didn't emerge from the womb of genius, but I did emerge wavy. God did make me funky. I was born with the funk. You know, some things you can't fake. Hey. Anyway, what's going on with you guys? Shouts out to Hungary. Shouts out to Andrew Cumry. Shouts out to all the members, all the beautiful members in the building. Thank you for being a member. That's a great thing that you're doing. You're doing it for the wave. Doing it for the wave. How is everyone enjoying their quarantine? I think the vibes have been good the past couple of days. I don't know about where you are, but the vibes around here are good. Like, everyone's all happy and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hardly anyone's out in the streets, but it's like fathers walking their children. Walking with their children. They're all smiles and happy. I saw so many fathers with their children today. And you know that those dudes is normally at work and not having those fine, happy times with their children. You know, I've seen that. I've seen some beautiful things, man. I saw my son doing a science experiment. That was just a joyful thing to see your son doing a science experiment, getting all excited when like the little test tube started bubbling up and going crazy. Yeah. We've seen some happy things, man. There's some beautiful things going on in the world right now. People are remembering things they'd forgotten that were important. Yeah. Click says full lockdown started today. It's interesting. Where you at? You in the UK? You in Spain? They got some full lockdowns. Oh, by the way, we haven't done our ritual. My bad. We need to do our ritual. Everybody let me know where you're at. I want to know today, in 2 words, where you're at and what are the vibes. All right, 2 words. Where you're at, what are the vibes? 2 words, 1 word each. So I would say LA, vibes, because the vibes is vibes. In LA for me, you know? Yeah. Where you at and the vibes. WMIV says, am I the only one still going into work? Maybe. What you doing? What's your work? I'm still going to work, but, you know, like, home is where the heart is. Someone said that, you know? I was like, what should I call this place? They said, it's still Don Studios, man. Don Studios is wherever you are. I was like, yeah, that's beautiful. So I'm working harder than ever before. I don't know how people are finding time to watch Netflix and do weird challenges on the internet, on Instagram. I ain't never worked this hard in my life, and you know me. You know I go ham. All right, we got the answers to the question coming in. UK, Majestic. Hang on, let me back up. Let me get all of these. Let me back up. There's many coming through. 52 viewers, 52 likes. We're in the wave zone. Yeah. Keep doing it. Keep posting that link. Keep moving it around. You know what I mean? I think we could make this stream like one of the most legendary streams on YouTube. I think this is the beginning of something glorious. You know what I mean? I was saying back in the day, I used to listen to Tim Westwood, you know. We could be the new Tim Westwood. We could do that here. We could be that community where people go and they know they're going to catch righteous vibes. All right, Dinah, NYC, Ripples. Wayne, UK, Uncertainty. Eric, Maine, Chill. Machiones, Saratoga. I can't pronounce nothing to do with you, my guy. Virus. Jeff, Catskills, New York's mixed vibes around here, but I found toilet paper today. That's not 2 words. That's so many words, but I'm happy for you. Brazil, Creepy, says Ector. That's interesting. Henry Pulver, UK, Majestic. My guy TS, Tacoma, Easy. Poked, Montana, Creative. AI, Detroit, Uneasy. That sounds like Detroit in general. Is that different to normal? Breezy, Nama, Oregon, Powerful. Oregon, Andrew, Scarborough, Maxin. WMIV, MD, Calm. LA, Stony, says Comrade Kenshin. Brad says Louisville, Waking. Cindy Bailey, Riverside, Vibes. Diverting Tales, Austria. Just lost you. I lost you. The chat just lurched. But I think you wrote more words. I thought you wrote a lot of words. Santa Maria, Regulation, Netherlands, Peace. Oh yeah, Austria, good vibes. People are still buying out toilet paper. People need to chill, man. Chill on buying out toilet paper. Get yourself a Japanese bidet. You know, get yourself a Japanese bidet. I don't have one. I want one. I want one. Wayne says, you have toilet rolls. Oh my goodness. Budapest, Dreams. Wavetown Positive. Yo, see, we in the house. Chicago, gun shop free. That's nice, Philip Lopez. I'm happy for everybody. Snacks and Comics says NH Ghosty. All right, well, we're going to do that international high five. You know how we do. You know what happens. We cock back. The vibes. How are we feeling? That felt good. I felt the reverberations over here. I definitely felt those reverberations. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Yeah, Hungarian looks so strange, does it? Those bidets are like 30K. Are they 30K? We need to, if the Democrats are still arguing on that US bill to give everybody some Skrilla, we need to get some bidets in that bill. If I was anything to do with the political process, that would be the top of the list. We need bidets, you know? We need that futuristic toilet experience. This ain't the Stone Age, this is the future, this is 2020. This is the greatest year to be alive in recorded human history. This is the best time. We ain't been never more prepared to meet any foe on the field or in the house. Because in the crib, that's where it's cracking. That's where it's really cracking. Home is where the heart is, baby. So we need those bidets. We need those bidets for days, you know? So there you go. That's how I feel. Intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic. Yeah. All right, boom. We're going to do a DJ set. I'm just going to bust out some vibes. How's the stream looking? It's looking like ass. That's nice. Wow, it's really looking like absolute beautiful ass. I'm really proud of this stream and I'm proud of this community for chilling, regardless of this ugly ass visual. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, hey. Update on the thing. We were going to be dropping remember I said I should never mention anything before it ever happens. We're supposed to be dropping an album on Friday. I've just found out that's going to be pushed back a week. There are some issues with my new distributor, but we're sorting those out. We're fixing those issues and it's going to be better than ever before. But it does mean that the release for this Friday will be the Friday after. So I'll just have to come up with something else special for you this Friday. All right, so I'll do that. We'll do that over here at MEANINGWAVE HQ. We'll get something super cooking for you guys. But yeah, we're going to get into a DJ set. It wasn't the Alan Watts album, no. The Alan Watts album comes out in like 4 weeks or something like that. I'll give you the exact date when we know. I haven't quite finished it. I've got one more song to record. One more song to make. Then it flies over to Australia to my guy James, who's going to master and mix it. And yeah, it's so good, you guys. It's so good. I'm so happy. It's been such a spiritual experience. Alan Watts is really talking about stuff that we need right now. It's really sick. You know, it's perfect. It's perfect. Yeah. So yeah, a lo-fi video, bud. That's right, Jeff. Joel Freeman is sunbathing. Well, that's good news. I'm glad. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Sunbathing. Quarantines. Quarantine vibes. All right. All right, boom, we're just getting ready to do a new set. I'm just pulling in some new tracks. Is this live stream only for members? I wanted to post it in a Facebook group, but they didn't allow it. As I said, it's only for members. It's not only for members, it's for everybody. The streams are for everybody, baby. Streams are for everybody. As you can see, are you a member? Yeah, you are. You're a member, right? But can you see there's other people who are not green and they're here? This stream is for everybody. Brian says, where does he mix and master it in Australia? A home studio or a big studio like you had? He's got a studio. He's got like a proper studio, and it's his own one, and you can still get into it, and it's right by his crib. So he's still got access. So yeah, and like the way it works is like I mix. I mean, you see, you know, like I basically mix as I go along. So I get it up to like 80%, I would say. Then I send it over to him, and he finesses the shit out of it, makes it all nice. Because here's the thing, like that last percentage section, that stuff would take me as long as the previous section, just getting those tiny bits all perfect, you know? So this way, I'm able to do a lot more. That's why I'm able to do these streams, you know? That's why I'm able to do all these DJ sets and stuff. And all this, a bunch of other stuff that's coming soon that you haven't seen the repercussions of yet. You know, so shouts out to my boy. Yeah. And yeah, you can post this in your Facebook groups. You can do what you want, man. You know? Let me check this thing here. Yeah. Good delegation, says Brian. Yeah, I'm really trying to delegate as much as possible. I'm trying to think of things that I could delegate or afford to delegate and stuff. And, you know, as we get through this, because basically there's a bunch of stuff I do that there's other people who could do it way better. You know? I should only really be doing the stuff that I'm best at, right? i.e. essential core wave activities. Love that. I got sent some new things for the soundboard last night. I haven't had time to put it on because I was getting all the soundboards out the studio today. Wayne says, I love your G-Dragon parody. That wasn't a parody. That was a tribute / English language cover version, filmed in exactly the same place he filmed his version. If you've never seen that, by the way, you can check it out on my channel. It's called Crooked. It's a G-Dragon song. It was a Korean song. I did an English language cover version of it. And he shot it right by where I lived at the time in Shoreditch in London. So I just reshot the video. I copied it shot for shot, location for location. It's pretty epic. Yeah, I just found a perfect intro song. I know what the vibes are now. I've worked it out. I know what's happening. We're going to get it on. Where are you all getting the MEANINGWAVE emoji, says Cindy Bailey. That's, if you're a member of the channel, you get to use special dope emojis. You get real cool emojis, man. You get to have like a waving Akira the Dawn. You get to use the Jordan Peterson laughing his ass off emoji. You got the little Alan Watts emoji, and you get MEANINGWAVE emojis. So yeah, if you're a member of the channel on any level, you get emojis. And what you also get, everyone gets this, whether you remember or not, you now get your own exclusive DJ set performed live just for you right now from the peak of recorded human history right here at the all-new Don Studios, because Don studio is where the heart is. All right, that's wherever I be, and wherever you be, and you be, wherever we be, that's where Done Studios is. Just like Jesus and his ting, you know, in that movie where Al Pacino ate the egg. All right, smash. Let's get this. We want to get to 100 likes pretty quick, so keep smashing that thing. Let's see how many people can get in here. People like low sets, so we're gonna get that cracking.
Live from the recorded. Nah, that's my thing I say. Live from the peak of recorded human civilization. This is Akira the Dawn. Welcome to the wave.
La música de Harry Fraud.
live from Wave Towers. Yeah.
words we use, explicit and implicit. Very valuable words. What is explicit? What's on the outside? Let's say how we come on publicly. Explicitly, we are thus and so. We have a fight. We're in competition, say, in business, explicitly. But implicitly, we've worked this out. We've agreed in a secret way that nobody knows about that this competition is extremely valuable to both of us. Take it politically, for example. Let's take the situation of Russia versus the United States. Explicitly, in public, this has to be a big fight. These two ways of life, these two ideologies are opposed. They say, no, we're but behind the scenes. It's all been carefully worked out. You bet it has. But this opposition has to happen. Because our economy depends on it, and their economy depends on it. And everybody knows this, who's smart. But there are a lot of people who get taken in by the propaganda, and they should be taken in because that makes the thing work. It's crazy. But that's the way it goes. 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 And everything works this way. When swans start to mate, they're not sure what they're supposed to do. And they begin to fight. I had a long talk about this with C.G. Jung. He lived on the edge of Lake Zurich, and he had a little summer house right on the water's edge, and there were many swans there. And I was getting up at the end of a conversation with him. We were beginning to walk back to the main house, and I said, "Isn't it true that swans are monogamous?" And he said, "Yes, they are." He said, "Do you know, I have had most interesting relationships between these swans, and many of my female patients who thought they were homosexual." And Jung wasn't a sexual snob. I mean, he understood all the legitimacy of all kinds of sexual variations. But he said it has been a point of departure for our discussions. And he said it's a very funny thing that when they begin to mate, they start fighting. And they don't know what it's all about, and then suddenly the fight turns into lovemaking. So that's what I mean. Underneath opposition, there is love. Underneath duality, there's human. The Tweedledum and Tweedledee agreed. But it's crazy. But that's the way it goes. 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 See, here's that weaving principle. Things hold together by over, under, over, under, over, under. And that creates a star fabric. It creates clothing, it creates shelter, it creates what will matter. Matter, mater, mother. And also the same word, maya, illusion. See, the world is a marvelous illusion. But that's the way it goes. It's crazy. But that's the way it goes. It's crazy. But that's the way it goes.
I like that. I like that.
concept. Set that vaporwave button. That instant vape.
right now today. This is the real me, obviously. I'm a very philosophical person. And I'm gonna go there with you real quick. I believe in a higher power. Don't know the name, don't know where it's coming from, don't know anything like that. But I believe that this power, and visualize me real quick. Let's say it's a man up there or a woman, whatever, and they have a chart. And when you're born, they say David Goggins, born February 17th, 1975 at 6 a.m. They write the chart down because they can see everything. They know exactly where you're fucking supposed to be. They know where you're supposed to be. You die, you go to so-called heaven. You arrive at heaven, I'm 300 pounds. I retired as Ecolab guy, which is okay, it's just a job, whatever. I go up there and God looks at me and he shows me my chart. And my chart on there says you were supposed to be a Navy SEAL. You're supposed to weigh 185 pounds. You're supposed to be one of the smartest people on the planet, this, all this. You see this. And now you're in heaven, you made it to heaven, but you're like, God, Doug, I was supposed to live that life. I was supposed to live that life. And then you find out that the reason why, because we all think that if we pray on it, if we do this, if we do that, whatever, if we don't work, whatever, it's gonna magically happen for us. No. I believe that when I'm all said and done with, my whole job is to outwork the chart. Whatever the fucking chart says about me, the all-knowing power up there, I want to get up there and him look at me and say, I know everything. I didn't fucking see this. I didn't fucking see this. I want to feel that. I know everything. I didn't fucking see this. I didn't fucking see this. I want to feel that. I want to get to the other end of this fucking world, and however I'm being judged, whoever's judging me, to look at me and say, I did not fucking know. I had you at 185, I had you at this, but all this other shit, I was riding as you were living it. I want to find more. All I can. And in that fucking sack of shit, you have to dive in that to find more. Because if you're not willing to go in there and face yourself, you're not gonna find anything. You're gonna live right here on surface, man, right here on surface. So if there is an ending to this world, and there is somewhere to go, and there's a judgment, you're gonna get there and you might see a chart. And that chart might tell you who the fuck you should have been. And now you get the rest of your life to think about that. Man, I could have lived a much better life if I just would have just suffered a little bit more. If I just would have went in that shit and realized I had so much more. But fear and the 40% and living here versus living here, being afraid, stop me. So I'm a big guy in visualizing. I'm a big guy in making a world, it may not exist. To me, it does. To me, it does. And yeah, I'm overpowering myself every day. And you gotta find tools to do that. That's the tool that I use. So that's what it's all about. I believe that when I'm all said and done with, my whole job is to outwork the chart. Whatever the fucking chart says about me, the all-knowing power up there, I want to get up there and him look at me and say, I know everything. I didn't fucking see this. I didn't fucking see this. I want to feel that. I know everything. I didn't fucking see this. I didn't fucking see this. I want to feel that. I want that. I want to feel that. I want to feel that.
In other words, the first function of the local social mythology was to bring you from childhood dependency to responsibility in terms of the social demand. And then just about when you're beginning to feel good about it all, the society that has said you've got to do what we want begins to say, well, looks as though you can't do what we want, so you're on your own. Then you have what's called a nervous breakdown. The first half of life, when there's a knock on the door, you think, here it comes. Here it comes. And the last half of life, when there's a knock on the door, you think, here it comes. Here it comes. The next problem then, in a mythological order that is going to take care of us, is to tell us what to do with our psyches when that begins to happen. The economic problem isn't the main one. Not that somebody should, give you a fishing rod and send you out fishing and then have dinner for you when you come home. It's what are you going to do with that power inside? What are you going to do with that power inside? What are you going to do with that power inside? What are you going to do with that power inside? What are you going to do with that power inside? The first half of life, when there's a knock on the door, you think, here it comes. Here it comes. And the last half of life, when there's a knock on the door, you think, here it comes. Here it comes. You've become somewhat aware of the world, the mystery of the world, and you just don't want to go along with silly little children's tasks, and that's not what you're with. It's not what you're ready for. There are problems to face. The most challenging one is death. Man is the only animal that knows he's going to die. And as soon as you fumble that ball, it's coming. It's coming. The first half of life, when there's a knock on the door, you think, here it comes. Here it comes. And the last half of life, when there's a knock on the door, you think, here it comes. Here it comes. So we find this wonderful problem, and the mythologies in general, the religions, have served it. They have provided images, tasks, discipline that carry the child from childhood dependency to responsibility. Rather simple responsibilities, those that the society says you've got to accept. And then they've provided a way out. They tell you that daddy will be up there and you're going back home. Now this isn't quite enough anymore.
2002 album by Akira the Don. Gang Science from the Ｐitcoin album by Akira the Don. Download the entire MEANINGWAVE catalog of Bandcamp.
Akira.
Let's go.
He's got clout. Buckle. 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 He's got clout.
DJ Smokey, mix it up.
Akira.
The Zone.
Evil ways, pussy.
Human beings don't want utopian comfort and certainty. They want adventure and chaos and uncertainty. Human beings don't want utopian comfort and certainty. They want adventure and chaos and uncertainty. Satan, in Milton's Paradise Lost, Satan decides that he can do without the transcendent. He can do without God. He can do without God. He can do without God. And that's why he foments rebellion. It's something like that. And the consequence of that was that as soon as Satan decided that what he knew was sufficient and that he could do without the transcendent, which you might think about as the domain outside of what you know, something like that, immediately he was in hell. Things get large, and then they get too large, and then they collapse. And so, in 2008, when the politicians said, too big to fail, they got something truly backwards. The statement was reversed. It should have been so big it had to fail. Human beings don't want utopian comfort and certainty. They want adventure and chaos and uncertainty. Human beings don't want utopian comfort and certainty. They want adventure and chaos and uncertainty. When I read Paradise Lost, I was studying totalitarianism, and I thought, you know, the poet, the true poet, like a prophet, is someone who has intimations of the future. Has intimations of the future. And maybe that's because the poetic mind, the philosophical or prophetic mind, is a pattern detector, and there are people who can detect the underlying, it's like the melody of a nation. Akira. Melody in song. The song of a nation. And can see how it's going to develop across the centuries. You see that in Nietzsche, because Nietzsche, for example, in around 1860 or so, I mean, he prophesied what was going to happen in the 20th century. He said specifically that the specter of communism would kill millions of people in the 20th century. It's an amazing prophecy. Some people are very good at detecting patterns, you know, and Milton, I think, was of that sort. I think he had intimations of what was coming as human rationality became more and more powerful, and technology became more and more powerful. Human beings don't want utopian comfort and certainty. They want adventure and chaos and uncertainty. Human beings don't want utopian comfort and certainty. They want adventure and chaos and uncertainty. And then Milton's warning was the rational mind that generates a production and then worships it as if it's absolute immediately occupies hell. And that's what I think the story of the Tower of Babel is about. It's a warning against the expansion of a system until it encompasses everything. It's a warning against totalitarian presumption. And so there's a utopian kind of vision there as well, as we can build a structure that's so large and encompassing that it can replace heaven itself. And so that the very notion of a utopia was anti-human, because we're not built for static utopia. We're built for a dynamic situation where there's demands placed on us and where there's the optimal amount of uncertainty. Human beings don't want utopian comfort and certainty. They want adventure. adventure and chaos and uncertainty. Human beings don't want utopian comfort and certainty. They want adventure and chaos and uncertainty. Human beings don't want utopian comfort and certainty. They want adventure and chaos and uncertainty. Human beings don't want utopian comfort and certainty. They want adventure and chaos and uncertainty.
is that we have been educated to use our minds in a certain way, a way that ignores or screens out the fact that every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks out. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks out. You see, it's as if you had a light covered with a black ball, and in this ball were pinholes, and each pinhole is an aperture through which the light comes out. So in that way, every one of us is actually a pinhole through which the fundamental light, that is the existence itself, looks out. Only the game we're playing is not to know this. To be only that little hole, which we call me, my ego, my specific John Jones, or whatever. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks out. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks out. If we can maintain at the same time the sense of being this specific John Jones with his role in life, or whatever, and know also underneath this that we are the whole works, you get a very marvelous and agreeable arrangement. A most remarkable harmoniousness. I mean, it gives one's life a great sense of joy and exuberance if you can carry on these two things at once. If you, in other words, you know that all the serious predicaments of life are a game. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks out. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos looks out. Every one of us is an aperture through which the whole cosmos
Hey, what is up? Because I just finished playing the set.
Okay, well, can you sign this?
What do you want me to do? You want me to sign this? What is this signing? What am I signing here? I ain't signing into Pokemon Go. Go get your mama to do it. I'm doing a live stream. All right, I'll do it after. We're about to finish. Do you want to come and say hi to people? Give it a minute. We got to do a talk and all that. Damn, Hercules, come over here. They're dropping diamond emojis for you. Yeah. Yeah, look, they're dropping diamond emojis. Say hi.
Hi, Diamond. Sign his report card.
That's right, that's what it said. Yeah, well, I'll do that in a minute, chill. How's everybody doing? How did you enjoy that set? I enjoyed that set, that was pretty epic. Look at all these diamonds. Look at all these diamonds. Herc is writing a message to the chat there. There's the message from Herc. That's a special message from Herc. Yeah, nice. All right. Gas. Shouts out to Aurelius, just discovered your channel. Amazing stuff. I would love it if you took small Peter Gabriel interviews. Did something with it. That's interesting. I like Peter Gabriel. He's an interesting cat. What's that, Hercules? They can't hear you talking over there. If you want to address people, you have to come over here. They can't hear you there either. You have to come here if you want to talk to the humans. This is our family. What's cracking, everybody? Vibe regulated, says Poked. Yeah, that's right. We regulated that vibe. We did. That was fire, says Martin Potter. Thank you, Martin Potter. Epic set, says WMIV. Sweet groove, says Walking More Poet. Lemon GF says, yeah. Gotta play that first out for sure, says Mason. Yeah, you do. Gotta replay the whole thing. Hey, wait, no, it's not. Wait. Brian Donahue says, Herc is the ruler of Earth. Childhood Institute, good guy Nick, aka dropped a load of diamonds in the chat. Nice. Jeff says, awesome set, bro. Hercules, we're not going right away. We ain't going right away. You have to get someone else to do it, or you have to wait. Hercules wants you to sign into Pokemon Go for him.
Go if you play Pokemon Go.
Yo, if you play Pokemon Go, say Pokemon Go in the chat. Very nice set tonight, thanks. Mason mixed the first hour. Abadonish says we're looking for diamonds. Brian Donahue says Pokemon Go.
So do you play it?
If anyone wants to be friends with Hercules, Hercules wants some more Pokemon Go friends.
My name is Herky Big Eyes, and I live in downtown Los Angeles.
Don't dox us. You're crazy. Oi! You don't give out your address on the internet, because like there might be some ops. Do you know what ops are? Ops is like opposition. You know what I mean? That's like the bad guys who want to like come around your house and kidnap you. That's why you don't give your address away on the internet. Excuse me?
I'll punch him in the nuts.
Yeah! Oh my goodness. We got all sorts of activities. But yeah, if people want to be friends with Hercules on Pokemon Go.
Big Eyes.
Herky Big Eyes, apparently. I don't know if that's going to work. Judas says, love Pokemon. Code with the Flow says, good catch, Dad. Thanks. Yeah. Multiverse Media Space says, I rehabilitated my mum. Where'd that go? That's crazy. I rehabilitated my mum after a knee and hip replacements for Pokemon Go. That's epic.
What does that mean? So there's a kid in here?
No, these are grown-ups. I don't know, maybe there's some good kids. There's some kids in here. Shouts out to all the members. We got a whole load of new members during that stream. That was beautiful. Welcome to the Wave family. Yeah. If you want to be a member, hit that join button. We're not leaving yet, Hercules. We're talking. You're going to have to be patient. Patience is a virtue. It's a virtue, son. Martin Potter's dropping diamonds and ducks. More diamonds and ducks. We got bombs. Yeah, if you want to be a member, we was just saying, I'm trying to tell the people about the important things. You can be a member by pressing join below or hitting the link at the top of the description. That's right, Hercules. It is Hercules. Yeah. We're all kids at heart, says Brian Donahue. Childhood Institute, elbow cough, elbow cough, elbow cough. Yeah, which emoji is that? How'd you get 1,000 Pikachu on a bus? Hey, Hercules, question. Question. How'd you get, come on, I want to see your reaction to this. How'd you get 1,000 Pikachu on a bus?
Iron Tail?
You poke on.
Oh!
Yeah. An elbow cough is a dab, it's the same thing. That's why the dab thing happened a couple of years ago. That started getting big, it was to prepare us, you know what I mean? Hey, Herc, come and pull a dab. Because you're good at it. Oh man, I've still got this reverb on, totally unnecessary. Come and do a dab. We need a dab, we need an international dab. We can all dab together. Dab. Ready? Oh shit, that was pretty epic. That was a very good dab. That was very dab. Good dab. Shouts out to Chris Lena, says, Don, I appreciate all the dope vibes you've been dropping during these corona times. Keep dropping them diamonds. I got you, family. We got you. We in here. We in here. And we're going to get out of here because Hercules needs me to go and log him into Pokemon Go. So get your ass over here, Hercules. We need to give the people... no, we're going to say a prayer first. Do you want to say a prayer? Yeah, you can lead us in prayer, Hercules. Come here. All right. Everyone close your eyes.
I don't want to do a prayer.
Well, I'll have to do it then, but I'd rather you did it because you've got good, pure intentions. Can you do a prayer? Hercules.
Try.
Okay, hands together.
Dear God, thank you for these lovely fans and comments, and thank you for Pokemon Go. Thank you for Minecraft and every other game that I play. Thank you for my friend Q and all the fans' friends. And thank you for my life.
Yeah, thank you for this life. Thank you, Wave Lord in heaven. It is bright in here, it's true. And I'm grateful for that too. Grateful for all you guys, thank you for being here. This has been a quarantine stream. This was quarantine stream number 10, Hercules, number 10.
10 already.
10 in a row, 10 days in a row we've been doing this. My calves are getting epic. My calves are getting crazy because I'll be like bobbing up and down on them back here, you know. Everyone like that, Hercules? Amazing vibes, Herc, says Ace of Hearts. Amen, says Cindy Bailey. Amen, says Viola. God bless Pokemon Go, says Chris. Lord of all the waves, Joe Freeman says. We got lots of beautiful people in here. That's one of the things I'm very grateful for. I'm very grateful for you. You mighty, mighty wave gang, you epic people. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow. As you know, I take the mixes out of these and I clean them up and isolate them and turn them into separate videos on their own. And you can download the mixes if you're a member of the channel or a patron. We've got a new mix dropping tomorrow. We drop the mixes at 1 p.m. every day. That seems to be what's happened. Hold tight for a new music video coming super, super soon. And there'll be something cool on Friday for you. I've got to work it out. And yeah, thank you for being here. We'll be back tomorrow. Are you ready, Herc? It's going to be the International Bye Five. Hercules invented this fine tradition. We open with a high five, and we end with the Bye Five.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,